And like to welcome you to today's high school football action on Saultsports TV and True House Sports Radio from Superior Heights Field in lovely Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, brought to you by Saultsports TV. Today's game features the 0-2 White Pines Wolverines versus the St. Mary's Knights in senior high school football action. Tonight you have Ray Baswa here on the call and joined by the legendary Coach Bujold here as the color guy, and we got Chris Carr, superstar, on the camera, and little host down on the field, and the big host managing the control center from behind us. So welcome everybody. JB, what do you happen to think of the game tonight?
Well, obviously we're pretty connected to the White Pines team, both you and I. Your son, the head coach over there, and he's probably the biggest recruit White Pines has had to their football program in the last 15, 20 years. So as a coach, we're excited to see what the staff has prepared for White Pines, see if they take a little step forward. With St. Mary's, the interesting part for me today is Matty Tucker going to be able to hit new weapons. He's missing a couple of his favorite targets out there, but he is a championship-level quarterback. We'll see if he can spread the ball around more.
I agree. You know, there's a lot of new players and new faces that came up from the junior program for St. Mary's, and I'm sure they're excited to get some playing time. And under Coach Monaco over there
from Superior Heights, who's working here today, we'd like to have the lights on.
And you know, been around for Jimmy's been around for a long time, and he's great at building talent. And no slouch over there on the senior White Pines team, Coach Baswa and you know, Coach J. Rob and a bunch of the boys over there. And new to the program, Michael Reed this year, so he's been a huge addition to them.
Thank you.
It's should be in for a good night. And just so you know, folks, right at the start here, the referee flipped the coin, and White Pines won the toss and deferred to the second half. So White Pines will be kicking off to the St. Mary's Knights. And we're just about to get underway here. There's a brief huddle. And looks like somebody's worried about some shenanigans being happen here. So,
yeah, you're going to see that more and more. I think the standard for special teams in the city has definitely been elevated the last couple of years. Definitely trying to disguise what your downfield coverage is going to be on kickoff. Trying to disguise what your front seven and return team are going to be.
White Pines.
Little gamesmanship.
Oh, I think they got a little excited there. The referee has not waved them in yet, so they were getting ready to give the ball a boot. And head referee Conan on the lead role tonight. And we're just about set to kick off. We have Ethan McCorkle kicking off for White Pines. Received by number 54 for the St. Mary's Knights, Tyler Cady.
Fielded by number 54,
nice
Tyler
there
Cady.
by Tyler Cady when you're the front
he gets almost to the 40 before me.
Got to be alert.
Really
kind
good
of a mixture
pushback
between a lead blocker
by the Wolverines,
but also expected to be
number
a
11,
returner on occasion.
Nicholas Loudon, one of the first there.
We'll see if McCorkle can drop it further up in the levels next time, but nice little return by Tyler Cady to get things started.
Yeah, you know, I can see with Matty, they're going to take the ball here on their 39, and he's shown us some flashes of runs lately in the last little while, so I wouldn't hesitate to see him running the ball, but he's got some new weapons to work in, and definitely some players up from the Cole Rive had quite the game last game that I watched, so I wouldn't hesitate to see him throwing the ball to him quite a bit.
Matty Tucker to lead the Knights.
A little bit of a timing throw
to the outside to number 87, Lucas
to 87,
Spin.
Lucas Spin, a little bit out far as reach. Matty seemed to rush that throw a little bit.
So down for the Knights.
Yeah, and those are those relationships that we were talking about here early. Matty Tucker's going to have to find some chemistry and some tempo with a lot of these players he doesn't have a lot of game reps with. So we'll see if that develops here today. Good chance for this young offense to come together in this next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Develop some chemistry and just keep building. You know, the regular season, they don't win it all in the regular season. It's always playoffs, so that's what you're building for. So we got Matty out of the gun here, right around the 35-yard line. And a handoff. No, it was. He pulled it back.
Take the head off.
Great catch to number 24, Nicholas Carney.
Gosh, just a veteran play by Matty Tucker. You can see the details starting to come into this game as he gets older.
Seven,
great job faking with the shoulders on the handoff. Great
good
timing
for
on
about
the
20
ball.
yards and a first down.
And we all know that his arm is great. He's great in those intermediate passes. Delivers a big first down.
Yeah, he even faked me out because I thought he gave it away.
You know you're doing it right.
Yep, when you're doing it right, you're doing it right. So it's up to White Pines defense here to see if they can get a little bit of a stop.
Sorry,
break the momentum.
Nicholas Carney.
We'll have Tucker out of the gun here again. 87, Waggles in motion. And a handoff up the middle that time to Hunter Jackson.
Handoff to Hunter Jackson. He tries to get the outside.
Yeah, nice run there by a young running back, Hunter Jackson, fresh up out of the junior program.
40,
one of those young guys you were mentioning.
Landon
Defense for White Pines, interesting to me here today. A couple of reasons. They were going to the three-man front. They have some lineman depth issues, just the injury bug and the flu bug catching on at the roster, but it also brings a lot more speed on the defense too. And when you're facing St. Mary's, it's going to be a quick distribution offense. It's nice to have speed on the field.
Yeah, they had 5 different players here I seen during the pregame not dressed for this evening, so. I knew they lost a lineman last week and then again the week before, so.
Yeah.
Injury bug definitely playing a role tonight for them. 21 with the carry off the pitch. Tackle by Keenan Busno. And it looks like he's going to be short by about 2 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 2. And I imagine being on this side of the field, Coach Monaco never hesitant to go for it on that side of the field. So
3-yard gain.
Yeah, you're in no man's land here, and you're missing your star punter who usually might be able to get you a rouge here. Since you're in no man's land, you might as well go for it. See if your offense can come up.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Reed has dialed up here for the White Pines defense. Trips to the left, one single receiver out. Oh, wide open receiver.
Tucker looks deep to number 24.
Somebody misplayed that one big time.
Garney, touchdown Knights.
I'm not sure what happened there. Definite miscommunication. It looks like Nicholas Ludit was in position over there, and he just let him run by, and Matty Tucker threw that on a rope. Wide open touchdown.
Yeah,
St. Mary's on the board early.
I think there was a design switch there in the man coverage, and somebody just wasn't able to jump onto the row. Leads to a man being wide open on that wheel route. And we'll see if White Pines can clean that up. They probably are running a brand new system just based on the way they look on defense. So there's going to be some communication issues early on, I assume.
And we have Matty Tucker holding here. I can't catch the number for Micah Cuglietta, I believe, in on the convert. So St. Mary's out. 9:05 to go in the game. In the first quarter, and the 7-0 St. Mary's front-running lead.
Yeah, Matty Tucker, we mentioned earlier, championship quarterback, has a NASA championship to his name, has an OSFL title as well. He's going to find the open guy, and he's going to be the more composed quarterback in this league at this point in time. So you're going to see him make plays today. It's just a matter of whether White Pines can get their communication issues sorted out.
100%, but they have to be able to put the pressure on him too, so they can't allow him extra time. Like on that whole drive, nobody was even near getting to him, and I know that's something they've emphasized in practice at White Pines this week, that they want to get some pressure on the quarterback to make him rush his decision a little bit or get to him before the rope breaks open. So.
Definitely. Saw Arthur Vincent out there on the edge.
16.
Another new add to White Pines is Isaiah Kehoe, a transfer from Cass for his final year of high school. Been a football player for a long time. The Sabercats SMFL Bobcats program.
For the Wolverines.
Getting his first taste of high school football. So welcome to the Sioux High School Association, Isaiah.
Ball will be set at the 45-yard line. Micah Cuglietta to kick off for the St. Mary's Knights. Back deep, Neshoba Moore. And I can't quite make out who else is back there with him, but it was over the course of last week, Damon Belanger. So I would think that it's the same two back there.
Yep,
and then you got Daniel Pine, DJ Pine, down there right around the 25 on the return for in case it's short. So on the return, Neshoba Moore was able to house one last week, and this is a fantastic return again.
Moore with a good hard run gets clear out to about the 35-yard line.
Got that out to the 35-yard line, folks. So White Pines are going to take their first series on offense from the 35, and we'll see what kind of offense Coach J. Rob's going to be calling this evening.
Yeah, and I don't want to skip over that special team series from either side. Cuglietta with an absolute bomb down to the 5-yard line. That's great when you have that on special teams, especially when you're missing some of your special teams players that are all-stars at that position. And then a great job by Neshoba really developing into a good kickoff returner. We saw that last week.
Yeah, Neshoba housed that one last week. It was really spectacular to watch. I think it was about 95 yards, and he made the whole distance there. So we got Garen Pine out of the gun, handoff to DJ Pine. DJ gets to the outside. pretty close to a horse collar there, but they kind of let it go. He had the
DJ
nameplate.
Pine
So
with a couple of good hard yards.
Unfortunately for him, he didn't get a little bit higher. That would have definitely been a horse call. But it looks like he gained about 3 yards on the play. He was close to breaking one. He just didn't able to flash the speed there.
Yeah,
54,
DJ
Tyler
Pine,
Katie
young
with the
running
tackle
back,
for the
11,
Knights.
grade 11, first
Second
year in
and 8.
senior football. Good patience there. I would like to see him get out of that a little bit faster, but a great job letting the blocks develop and at least find some positive yardage on that play.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're missing Adam Hussein again this evening. He had his ankle injury from a couple of weeks ago. So Garen Pine pulls it away and throws it away.
Yeah, I like that throw away by Garen. That's coming
Garen
experience.
Pine.
The younger Garen Pine might have tried to roll it
Looking
around the corner with a
downfield,
run and
falls
got some lost
incomplete.
yards on
That's
that
third
play.
down.
Here he doesn't see much help, so he just gets it past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
Lives to fight another day.
The line play there was not great. Well, he didn't have a lot of time. They busted right through that right side of the line. So I'm sure Coach Buzzell is going to want to shore that up and make sure that they're giving him some time to kick the ball, to throw the ball. I'm sorry. So we have Neshoba Moore back deep for White Pines. He'll be kicking the ball back down to looks like Cole Rive for the St. Mary's Knights. 8:01 to go in the game, in the first quarter. He gets a hold of one. Rive grabs it on the run. Tackles, make a great run back, and he's picked up by
With an excellent run all the way to midfield.
by Damon Belanger. So
you're going to hear Cole's name a lot here today, especially with no Nate Carter on the field on offense. He's a great talent. Another grade 11, but was a key feature player on the offense for the Sioux JV Sabercats this summer. So he can do it all. He can be a running back, a slot back,
right
a wide
at
out.
midfield.
You'll hear his number called quite a few times tonight.
yeah, I did call his name quite a bit this summer when I was doing the play-by-play calling earlier this year. So also it looks like for St. Mary's, no Jack McPherson this evening. I haven't seen him or his number. Somebody alluded to the fact that he was in street clothes earlier. So in case Uncle Muzzy's watching, your nephew is not playing this evening, buddy, but we'll keep you updated on what we find out. Hand off to Jet Dewar. A transfer over from the Cora program.
Hand off to Jared Dewar. He gets
it's so great to see Jet back on the field. He's had such a bad track record of injuries the last couple of years. Really been bitten by a couple of severe injuries that took away 2 years of football from him.
With the tackle.
He's also part of that age group that lost a year during the pandemic. So just great to see him getting some high school football in before.
Yeah, you know what, great kid too. You know, and always willing to do whatever it takes. So still got his right leg, looks like heavily taken care of there. So Matty Tucker from the gun from the 51-yard line. Another run to Dewar.
Knights go back to Dewar. He gets another.
Dewar gets another first down.
Being brought down.
This time brought down by
Arthur
23
Vincent with the tackle.
Arthur
for White
Vincent.
Pines.
Yeah, I think there's a part designed to this too from Coach Reed. He'd rather be beat by the run and let his linebackers and his DNs make plays than let Matty Tucker dump the ball all around the field on them. So I think this is an invitation to run a little bit more. We'll see how much of that St. Mary's complies with.
Yeah, it's up to the DNs in this scheme, it looks like to me anyways, to get up the field a little bit and prevent that kick out run. So they want them flowing into the backers in the middle of the field there. Tucker from the gun. Lots of motion going on by the St. Mary's Knights. Big, nice catch, but number 87 was able to haul it in, but I think he may have got a yard and a half on that play.
Pass outside number 87, Lucas Spin.
Yeah, and that's just a little bit of trust issue in that your quarterback is a young receiver. You're not sure if you know your quarterback's leading you to a safe turn or not. So he played it safe, didn't know if he was going to get hit, but he decided to secure the ball and get the yards.
8 for the Knights.
Yeah, as soon as his knee was on the ground, he was pretty much cooked there because he can't get up and advance the ball after you've taken a knee. So in case you're watching from home and wondering, that's why he didn't advance the ball. So we got 2nd down and 8 with 5:18 to go in the game. Tucker from the gun.
And great job on the contain there by Isaiah Kehoe.
Line breaks down. Tucker has to scramble.
Big moment for Isaiah here, making his name down in the White Pines program. And that was a sack. That was a loss of about 6 yards. Now looks like St. Mary's is sending on their punt team.
Yeah, we'll see St. Mary's go through some stuff. They'll probably try some new things out. Different players on the field. You can't go back to your bread and butter first down plays like you would have the last couple of weeks. So it'll be Up to Matty Tucker to develop some chemistry with some new options, which in the long run could help out St. Mary's as they try to make another championship run here.
Absolutely. And looks like Micah will be doing the punting duties here as well. Oh, and he hammered it down to the end zone. It's Neshoba Moore was able to get it out to the 1, it looks like. So they'll take the ball out at the...
Nice punt by number 20, Micah Cuglietta.
Is it at the 20, JB?
Neshoba
Yeah,
Moore
At
gets
the
it.
20. Out to the 20.
Out
So
of the
White
end
Pines
zone.
will take over 7-0 St. Mary's. Just like to take a quick minute to thank our sponsors. Today's sponsors, Northern Sports Excellence, True Host Sports Radio, Gen 7 in the rank, and Cobb's Bread of their world famous scones. JB sitting here right beside me with Reliance Home Comfort, Algoma District School Board, Huron Superior Catholic School Board, and the Algoma Thunderbird Athletics Program. So not a bad first half. You're seeing lots of new bodies here and lots of new numbers. I know St. Mary's had quite a few graduate last year. And White Pines, I think they only lost 1. So, seeing some regular things here. And definitely, to me, at least, it looks everybody's a little bit smaller this year.
From the 20-yard
It
line.
always seems that way.
DJ Pine on the carry.
Quick handoff up the middle.
You had mentioned some injuries to the O-line for White Pines too. St. Mary's battling some missing players, some key players as well. You mentioned
I
Jack.
believe that was DJ
I know
Pine,
he
the
tried
ball
to give
carrier.
it a go last week. It was a non-contact reason that brought him out. He just wasn't comfortable with the stage of his recovery, so taking it
Tackle by number
cautious, trying to get
37,
him healthy
Mateo
for the
Rodriguez
playoffs.
Larondo.
Yeah. We'll see if Coach Robinson Wright can get onto something here. I'm seeing a few opportunities, and it's just going to be up to him for Garen Pine to get the ball to the right guys there. So, and that isn't going to work. So snuffed out again by the St. Mary's
I believe that was
defense,
DJ Pine again on the run.
one of the top players in Northern Ontario, Grant Matheson,
Grant
on the
Matheson
stop there.
first
So.
to the ball.
Yeah, we had,
Not sure that I'm liking
Little bit
this
of help
early
with the
play
rest of the
calling. I
next
know
one
you're
to help
trying to
clean it up.
establish the run, but you got to
Sets up
blend the
second
pass
down.
in here, and you can't just keep turning the ball over and giving the ball to your to the opposing offense. They're going to have too many plays, and the defense is going to get worn down.
yeah, and if you're White Pines
Sorry,
right now
third
and you have depth issues on your O-line, this is not the front seven to try and run the ball down the throat on. They have so many experienced key players on that front seven. Noah DeValentin, Matheson that you had just mentioned. Quite a few talents that can take over a play with size and speed. So we'll see if they can get the short, quick passing game going at White Pines as well.
Neshoba Moore for White Pines back to kick, and Cole Rive back to receive. 3:24 to go, 7-0. Good snap. You had to rush it and make a room. St. Mary's got in. There'll be a no yards penalty if they don't give enough room. It was close. Looks like they gave enough room.
Neshoba Moore did well to get
And-
the kickoff. We do have a flag on the play.
Oh,
We have some sort of interference
I
in
believe
the
it was
background.
17
It looks
Kohler
like.
Bay with the eventual run back.
Don't know if it's going to be holding or running into the kicker.
referee Conant with the call here, folks. We're just waiting for the signal.
We'll see what captain he calls over. That'll give us a good clue.
Well, I can't see that's why St. Mary's wouldn't take that field position, so it's going to be pretty easy, I would think. He's not calling any of the White Pines. He's having quite a bit of a discussion on what he wants to call here. So maybe that was Brandon Hazelton that threw that flag? Referee Hazelton, perhaps? I'm not sure. He's not asking for anybody to come and talk to them yet. So.
Is he,
And now he is. There it is. So must be running into the kicker. I got to think that they'd want to re-kick that ball, depending on the severity of the call, right?
yeah,
Because 10 yards would almost give them a first down.
just about. It looks like they're either right at the stick marker or just in front of it.
Yeah, they're having a conversation with both of them, so we're going to see what's going on here. He's explaining it to, looks like Noah DeValentin is down there along with Neshoba Moore. And both head coaches are eagerly anticipating what the call was. Usually we get a signal from the referee, and we didn't really see anything that time, so.
So it looks like St. Mary's will take possession. We'll wait to find out more on what the calls were.
No, Neshoba is now kicking the defense off the field, so I got to think the kick team is coming back out. Are they going to replay the down, perhaps? Sorry, folks, we're just kind of in a time delay here. The referee has not made a signal to us yet to let us know. So it's going to be post kick. Well, that's a 15-yard. Was that a 15-yard variety?
It looks. That almost looks like it was 20 to me.
Maybe there's 2 penalties. I only seen 1 flag, but nevertheless, that's White Pines defense out, and must have been after the kick. The flag must have came out.
So I believe that was roughing the
So that might have been objectionable conduct.
contact with the kicker.
Because it looks like St. Mary's ball.
Yeah,
It'll
because
back St. Mary's
if it
up
was
and be first
on
and
the
10.
kicker, then they would have elected to repunt the ball, I would assume. But anyways, Matty Tucker back in the gun, keeps handing it off to Jet Dewar, hiding in behind the lineman there and making some great runs. There's going to be another call coming back
St. Mary's
here,
goes
I would
back
have to
Dewar.
say.
He's eventually brought down by number 9, Xavier Rowland. Said we do
Referee
have a flag on the
Fitzpatrick
play.
throwing a flag here, so I don't know. There's some holding going on, and a couple of players were down on the line. So
Yeah, and I saw one come from the back corner there as well, so we might have a horse collar tackle on White Pines at the end of this play as well.
well, hopefully we can get a signal out of referee Con at this time and not playing the guessing. We'll have to play the Jeopardy music here if we this keeps going. So
Yeah, just back to St. Mary's offense. They're taking that light box from the White Pines defense, letting Jet run. The linebackers now just going to have to start to work together a little bit more, a little less arm tackling. He's low. He is an experienced runner, so you do have to corral him, just like some of the great young running backs we've had come through the city.
yeah, he's extremely shifty. He's able to find the little holes with his diminutive size, but he doesn't lack in power. He's a super strong kid. I know he set all kinds of records over there at Core when he was there in the weightlifting program early. So be interesting to see what the referee's call is here. He hasn't given us one. Oh, there. He's telling the side bench over there, but we're not getting a signal, guys. So
At the end of the day, the coaches are the ones who need to know more anyways, but
yeah.
we'll use our expert guesses to figure out what's going on.
I'm pretty sure the last signal he gave was rough play. And there was also a penalty on
here we go.
horse collar in St. Mary's.
On White
Okay,
Pines.
sorry,
so
on
that's
White
a
Pines.
hold against St. Mary's, a horse collar tackle against White Pines. It's a net 5-yard
So it's going to be first down from the 30-yard line with 2:46 to
gain,
go.
and it'll be 1st and 10
Tucker from the gun.
from the 30.
2 single receivers, lots of motion in the backfield, getting ready to hand the ball off again. Tucker on the run. Bad angle of pursuit from the White Pines defender.
Tucker
Tucker's
scrambling, eventually
able to get
gets
that
tackled.
down
Run out
inside
of bounds.
the 15-yard line.
Past the
Not sure where
15.
the spot is, but it's going to be, looks like somewhere around the 13, folks. 2:23 to go. And
Yeah.
the sticks are moving. So St. Mary's moving the ball again on offense, and Tucker scrambling to get out of that one. So obviously White Pines is doing something better to get to the ball, but they got to take their time in the pursuit and angle of pursuit and make sure that they wrap up.
Yeah, good job collapsing the pocket there. Just a little bit out of control when it comes to the pressure, giving some escape routes for a veteran quarterback like Matty Tucker. And linebackers have to start playing some team defense to corral these runners.
Tucker from the gun. Snap is up. And wrapped up
Thanks,
somewhere
go back to
around
Dewar. He gets inside the 5 before
around
being
the
tackled.
2-yard line, it looks like, folks, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 2.
This is Joel Moore
Yeah, and we'll see if
with the
White
stop
Pines
for
can
White Pines.
challenge St. Mary's offense to adjust and change things up a bit. But
First
at the
and goal,
moment,
St. Mary's,
you don't fix what ain't broken, Coach.
from what looks like the 1-yard line.
For sure. It's just pursuit has got to be better there. They can't give up those chunk yards like that and expect to be in the ball game. So something to work on future. So Tucker out of the gun again. And a handoff to Dewar. He's going to walk in there.
And off to Dewar, touchdown, St. Mary's.
Well, as much as I'm a White Pines guy at my heart, we mentioned it before, Jet Dewar just a good kid. Great to see him back on the field. Great to see him in the end zone. He loves football. I know it broke his heart for the last couple of years to have knows him and the Dewar family. Very happy for this young man.
Well, St. Mary's will be on to try for the extra point here. I am not sure whoever's running the clock this evening, since you're sitting beside me, has missed the extra points here. So now they're counting it down instead of counting it up.
Well, I can't say too much. It's our good buddy Mike Wheaton there. He's better at it. He gives us the first down markers, the stick markers, all that stuff. But He definitely took the long way to the score today.
He certainly did. Doesn't want to dial it down too much here until the extra point gets kicked. And it's not kicked. Tucker is, there was a miss on the snap,
point after is no
and
good.
the point after is no good. So with 1:13 left to go, St. Mary's out to a
corralling Matty Tucker.
two score lead
St.
here
Mary's.
with 13-0 with some changes got to be made here for the White Pines team and take advantage of the, looks like they got a little bit of a wind here, so I'm really shocked that if they don't throw the ball a little bit here. I know Coach Robinson missed a few practices there. He got there late a couple times this week based on my information, and getting a feel for the calling the games again. He called it for the all summer for the SaberCat team, and obviously a different team, so just got to start to get the feel and get in a rhythm and start making some play calls.
Yeah, and it's a 6-game season, 4-team loop. Everybody makes the playoffs, so you have time to get things right, but at some point you do want to start to see some steps forward with your offense. Be great to get Garen Pine a little bit more involved in the short and medium passing game. He does have the ability to do so. It's just getting him in rhythm and some confidence behind that O-line.
Yeah, you know what? Those short 6-7 yard hitters are there, and they have to take advantage of some younger corners here for St. Mary's that are just they moved up from the junior program, and not to say that they're not able to do it, but that's who I'd be picking on. Being a former coach, I'm gonna. Until you can show me that you're able to cover it, I'm going to throw the ball at you, right? So, shorter kick here, angling it for out of bounds, and it did not get out of bounds. Luckily for White Pines, they're able to cover because the kickoff is live. So number 2,
Decent punt, takes a White
Keenan
Pines
Busno
bounce.
able to cover the ball there, and I know they're using Keenan a little bit more at linebacker this year, and last year he was a mainstay on the running group, and I think they're missing a little bit of his speed so far this year.
Yeah, certainly he's a great vision running back. He's definitely the savvy vet of this White Pines roster. Right there, it's great to have him on the field for a moment like that, just to have an IQ player who knows to jump on the ball when it's live. But when you have DJ as well, you're trying to get DJ involved. He's definitely one of the future components of this offense, so we'll see how they balance.
100%. DJ had a great year in junior last year, and here we are with a little bit of a pitch play. It's going to go for about 2 yards, and it looked like number 23 for White Pines, Arthur Vincent, running the ball on that carry.
Yeah, good play design on the offense there. The only unfortunate part is you have some big and strong, fast guys on that St. Mary's defense that can close that edge down on you.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get an objectionable conduct penalty here on
enough run for 1 yard, very hard
Liam Ouellette. Looks like he had a little bit too much
play.
to say to referee Corelli, so I'm seeing that one's going to move back.
Yeah, I think Landon Surratt and Darian Pucci had a bit of a passionate rep there, and Ouellette kind of standing up for his teammate may have said a little bit too much in front of the ref.
Yeah, and nice to see Darian Pucci back this year too. He's fresh off another leg injury, not as quite as severe as Dewars, but nonetheless to say he was out quite a bit last year and unable to play, and I don't even think he was able to play hockey last year. So good to see him out on the field.
Always great to see these young athletes get back. Ben Potter on White Pines just made a tackle a few moments ago too, coming back from an MCL tear surgery. So
that's objectionable conduct against the Knights. That'll back them up.
Lots of good young talent getting back on the field. It's exciting to see.
Garen Pine from the gun, first and 10 from the 47-yard line. Great catch.
On the run, hits. Rowan
hits
Lockey.
Rowan Wozlocki here on
the
looks like about a 3-yard gain. So second down coming up here for White Pines. Clock ticking down just inside 20 seconds.
Yeah, I know Garen feels like there's a extra time clock in his head telling him to escape the pocket, but let his O-line, can be a little bit more patient. His O-line bought him a few seconds there. We'll see if he can calm himself down and start to trust the guys in front of him a bit here.
For sure. So it was only 2 yards, folks. So this will be the last play of the first quarter. Then we'll flip the dish. But Garen Pine back at Q in the pistol.
Pine on the run again.
Yeah,
he gets taken down
great
by
play
number
on the
5,
edge there
Braden
by
Lucci
Wigshak
for a big
Shawana.
sack.
Yeah, Braden Lucci there on the tackle, looks like, and he was unable to. Garen was trying to get that corner turn, and it just wasn't there. So again, I know they're trying to roll him out and keep the pocket moving there, but those got to be quick, in my opinion. They got to be, decisive. It's if you're going to get a roll the pocket out, it's going to be 4 or 5 steps to the one side or whatever side you're going on, and somebody's got to come open in order for him to make that. So
yeah, and it's got to be a sprint to that edge. Once you get out in the space, you can start to slow it down and wait for your trail routes to catch up, but you definitely have to beat that edge rusher there. Garrett Pine and Jr. was just so big and fast. I think he still has this idea in his head that he can get to the edge and make a play, but the speed catches up to you when you get older.
Switch sides.
So that's the end of the first quarter here, folks. Just to remind everybody of today's sponsors: Northern Sports Excellence, True House Sports Radio, Gen 7, Rankin, Cobb's Bread, in the Churchill Plaza. JB here sitting to my right, Reliance Home Comfort, Algoma District School Board, Huron District Catholic School Board, and Algoma Thunderbird Athletics. So time flying along here. The first quarter went pretty quickly. There was a few penalties here and there, but no big stops, and we have Neshoba Moore back to kick. And he'll be kicking off just inside the 25-yard line for him. So Cole Rive back for St. Mary's.
Ooh. Yeah, they're going to blow that dead for safety reasons just because it was a short play. You don't want a bunch of collisions in tight space like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. That looks like the St. Mary's player got his hand on the foot, but I'll tell you, on a replay, that looked extremely close to being offside. I'm not saying that it was, but from my vantage point, he looked like he was lined up in the neutral zone to begin with, and referee Corelli had a better view than I did, so I guess it was not a penalty at this particular time, but there was another person from the other side, and he was in there pretty quick, so not too often when you have a second set of the line behind where you get to the kicker there, so something that they're going to have to shore up on specials here. Matty Tucker organizing the backfield here. St. Mary's trying to freeze the White Pines defense. Didn't happen. And there's no goal on there. There's about 3 yards and another flag.
90 Ben Parr.
Maybe some extracurricular there on the end of that play.
Yeah, some unnecessary shenanigans.
And Mr. Condit is the wrong person to do that in front of.
Yeah, he's having a conversation with his with the St. Mary's team here. So
yeah, if there's anyone who will keep a tight control over the tempo of a game, it is certainly
rough play against White Pines.
Necessary roughness. A rough play against the
15 yards.
Wolverines.
Wow, that's not the way I saw that going. But
yeah, I didn't see that coming either. But if you're White Pines, I mean, you can't be shooting yourself in the foot
so
like
with the
this.
unnecessary roughness call comes with a 15-yard penalty, be first and 10, St. Mary's.
Yeah, I was focused on where the ball was going, not at the end there. So unfortunately, I missed that, folks. But obviously, it must have been something to do with the quarterback. So rough play on the quarterback, and St. Mary's rushing to the line. 10:54 to go in the second quarter. Oh, referee Condit was reaching for his flag on that one, and he reholstered there. He was reaching. There was definitely a hold on that end. He grabbed him and threw him to the ground, and I can't believe that he didn't call that one.
Yeah, I think that's one of those situations where the official in their head is replaying it, second guessing whether they saw what they saw. Should I throw the flag? Should I not?
Yeah, no. In my opinion, he threw him to the ground. So that he's got a hold of him, and it wasn't from the interior where his chest plate is either. So in my opinion, a little bit. St. Mary's got away with one there. Let's call that. Nonetheless, St. Mary's is down inside the 17-yard line, it looks, folks, and looking to make another score on the board here. So going to be up to White Pines to come up with something from the defensive side of the ball. Look like number 20.
Hunter Jackson with another decent run.
Hunter Jackson with the carry. Looks like he's got to about 8 yards on that carry. Keenan Busno on the stop.
Yeah, Hunter Jackson, a little bit of a different style runner than Jet Dewar, more of a big downhill runner. What St. Mary's staff really hoping that he can start to discover his size and discover the power that he has as a runner and start to use it more in his game. But exciting prospect there at St. Mary's.
Keenan Busnow down with an injury. We're going to send this one to the sponsors for this timeout, folks. On his own merit there, folks. He's headed back to the sideline. He's going to be off for a minimum of 3 plays. A little bit of an ankle injury. He's walking it off, so.
Yeah, we'll see if this defense can hold up. Keenan, a bit of the communicator on that center of that defense, so.
Yeah, they're doing a little bit of shuffling.
A timeout here by St. Mary's, it looks like. Yeah, this will be an adjustment for White Pines, but a good chance for this young defense to step up and have a moment to hang their hat on here in the second quarter. We'll see if they can hold the line.
Yeah, for sure. It's always an adjustment period, too. They're learning what Coach Reed likes, and most of them have only learned under Coach Baswell on the defensive end. And, as much as they're all on the same page, Coach Reed has, he's got his little spin on things, and they're just trying to adjust to understanding what he's looking for specifically. And, we're only 3 weeks into the season, so it's a learning curve, and he's got different language what he calls, and he's got a different way of doing what he wants. So
yeah, and Coach is going to teach these kids how to make reads that are assignment based, so it's going to take a little bit longer for it to kick in, but once these players get it, it's going to make for a really nice defense. Just unfortunately, it takes a few weeks into the season for a high IQ type of adjustment to get set in, especially with kids who don't have a ton of football reps under their belt. St. Mary's definitely the more experienced staff of these two rosters, roster out of these two sides.
Yeah, Coach Reed's an elite athlete, as you well know, Coach, and but it when you're a player and then you go to coaching, it takes a little bit of time to get a feel for the game, and he's slowly getting his. I'm seeing the changes that he's making, and he's a huge difference maker down there. So it's great to see him down this year. Tucker with a bass, no good.
Tucker looking deep for 24.
Trying
Nicholas Carney falls
Nicholas
incomplete.
Carney there, and that one didn't make it home. He overthrew him by about 10 yards. So unfortunately, it's a 2nd down and 3 for St. Mary's.
Yeah, that's just experience there for Carney. Last few years, Matty Tucker's had some big weapons out in the wide outs that are able to go make those plays on the corners. So overall, great throw by your quarterback. Only your guy can go get it. Just not a lot of chemistry there developed between those two.
Some good coverage there as well. I'm not positive who that is on the far side there, but he was definitely in the right area to make the play. Anyways, had the ball been on target, so.
I think that might be Spencer Smith there.
Third and 2 for the Knights.
Dewar trying to do a little bit too much on that one and make a couple of spins, and was unable to make them make the loss. He got back to the line after this. It's going to bring on 3rd down. See what St. Mary's wants to do
43,
here.
Chris
Cormier. Great job initially by Xavier Rowlandson getting that contained.
With the tackle for the
Dewar
Wolverines.
inside, missing the
tackle.
tackle.
First down, White Pine.
If you're going to miss to the outside and turn it into your teammates for help, and that's exactly what he did there.
So that's a turnover on downs, folks. I only thought that was 2nd down. I must have missed something.
I missed that one too, Coach. But we talked about it, a good stand for this young defense. Hopefully that instills some confidence in them, and we'll see if the offense can get something moving now.
Yeah, you know what? If I'm the White Pines coach, J-Rob there, Jordan Robinson, right, I'm trying to, maybe get to the point where I'm getting Neshoba more involved here. Neshoba's got some elite speed. He's got great hands. Plays a lot of cornerback, but definitely an offensive weapon for him, and that's the guy I'm trying to get the ball to.
We'll see if he spends a little more time in the pocket, too. St. Mary's intention seems to be to take away the edges, so maybe Guerin can do a
First and 10, White
step
Pine
drops to get going.
From inside their own 10.
There we go, out of the pocket. Sends one up to his man, Neshoba, just where he called it.
Darren Vine looking downfield for Neshoba Moore.
Almost like I called that one. But
Yeah, they had the same thought process as you there, Coach.
Ball's
But
behind.
again, that's the pass that I don't want to
Incomplete.
see. I want to see the out, just or something, a slot, something. Just turn around, get the ball, build the momentum. You start getting some confidence in the quarterback, and he starts catching the ball, and he's able to, get some momentum. And he had an opportunity there. Sometimes Neshoba would have come down with that, but now you're putting yourself deep in the end zone to throw the ball, and you're on second down, and now you got to try and make something happen here. So.
Yeah, and St. Mary's can sit back and just guard that first down marker now and force you to throw underneath.
You know what? Rowan Wazaki didn't even look
Darren
like he was
Vine
looking for the
for
ball
Rowan
on that
Wazaki.
one.
Yeah.
He was running
Ball's
straight towards us,
incomplete.
and he didn't have his head towards the ball. And if you're going to run the route, that's one of the options. Obviously there's a route tree sort of thing, right? So, and he was running that, and I don't know, was that about a 7 route, I think maybe? And it was definitely open, but he didn't even look for the ball. He wouldn't have had. He might have had an opportunity to reel it in, but
Yeah, Rowan's a big kid, long reach, so there's potentially could have got there. I think maybe he thought the defender was going to jump that or tip it, but that's just a life experience lesson for you in football. Don't assume. Get your hands ready, get your mind ready to make the rep. Garen put in a place where only his guy could get it, hoping that somebody would make a play, and unfortunately it didn't come together.
well, do you
Third and about 11 for White
rely
Pines.
on Neshoba's leg here, or do you take the safety?
Oh, I take the 2 points here, Coach. in Neshoba fashion, he makes it as
Neshoba
both entertaining as he could on the way down.
Yeah, we just needed him to get a blanket and a pillow there.
Neshoba is one of the unique characters of this league, Coach, and that's exactly on brand for him.
Yeah, super kid. Always willing to make somebody laugh, and obviously worked up here. So the safety taken there, and St. Mary's is going to get a few more points on the board here as soon as timekeeper Wheaton manages to move it on there. So.
And for anyone who's new to our Canadian rules in the sport here, I guess it would function similar in the United States, but if you take the safety on specials, you surrender the 2 points, and now the rule is that the opposition takes the ball over from, I believe, the 35.
The 35,
marker.
you are correct. Yes, sir.
And when you would say, well, why do you sacrifice the 2 points there, Coach? It's field position, right? You make St. Mary's go the entire length of the field now instead of giving them the ball at maybe the 35, 40-yard marker.
Yeah, folks, if you can see the score clock here, it's scorekeeper Wheaton needs to add 1 more point there because it was 2 points for a safety and it was 13-0. So that'll get added shortly. 7:55 here to go in the second quarter, and St. Mary's with the ball again. Hand off to Jet Dewar. Able to get about 5 on that.
Jared Dewar, he goes right
Maybe
up
a little
the
bit
middle.
more. Actually, looks like about 8.
7 or 8.
Yeah, it's great to see
Good
Jet
yards
getting into
before
a
being
flow of the
tackled.
game here. He's really turning back the clock. We haven't seen him run the ball like this since he was in junior football at Cora, so
Keenan
I'm
Busnell
having
with
fun
tackle.
watching him go back to his former self here a bit today. Unfortunately, it's happened against the program that you and I happen to have a nice connection with, so we'll see us.
Well, I had Jet when I was over at Cora in junior, and it's just weird to see him in a St. Mary's
In the
outfit.
maroon,
Just especially his dad and his uncles all went to Cora as well, so it's weird to see him over here. So another handoff to him. Nowhere on that play.
Dewar gets
Well, it's good to
maybe
see
1 yard
Keenan
before being
Busnell
taken
back in
down
the
by
game
Keenan
there,
Busnell.
stepping up, sniffing out that play.
99 Landon Surratt in there also.
Landon Surratt, you talk to Landon and it's just like you're just so nonchalant, and then you get him on the
Even
field
still,
and
it's good enough for first down
he
for
just
St.
is able to
Mary's.
flip the switch, right? So
Yeah, and the trick with Landon is getting him to learn how to use it within the limits of his game. He can go much harder than he does. He's gotten much better at reining it in, but he's definitely one of the toughest players on the field whenever he's on the field.
yeah, so it looks like Jet Dewar is able to make the first down there, folks, and it'd be first down from the 46 of St. Mary's. Looks like Tucker's in our.
Well,
Tucker rolls out, gets clear across midfield.
yeah, it looks like it might have been a blindside block there on the end of that play. You never like to see that.
No, but I haven't seen any flags either, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, that's a frustrating situation as a coaching staff. You don't like to see your players get hurt like that. But going back to the play, Matty Tucker, experienced passer of the ball, we all know that, but he's also got the ability to take it and run with it, and he's a bit of a
Looks
Baker
like they're
Mayfield
marking
when
it
he
at
runs.
the
If he gets a chance, he's going to
45,
try
so
to
that'd
run
be
you
good
over
enough
at the
for
end of the
first
play
down.
too. So
Yeah, he's up.
unfortunately, that's Nishob Moore, so hopefully it's not serious because that is one of the star players there on White Pine side. Mr. Do-It-Everything for them.
Yeah, so he's going to have to take 3 plays off here. So they're having quite a bit of a discussion, but I didn't get to see all of it, but it sure looked like a blindside block to me. Maybe it was a partial or what was going on, but it got a little heated after that. So they're having quite the conversation as to what's going to be called here, or they're just going to let it go. So referee Hazelton and referee Condon having the discussion, and referee Fitzpatrick standing close by. Rough play. Looks like to the head, maybe? Is that what his signal was? I can't say. An objectionable conduct.
I can't seem to figure out who they're calling it on, though. Objectionable conduct would suggest to me that it was outside of the play, so either a dead ball foul or a bench penalty.
Well, he's talking to St. Mary's, and I saw that play the other way, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it may have been a late hit out of bounds that ends up being the call here. I don't think they got the blindside hit there, Coach.
No, like I said, I only seen part of it, so they're definitely going to be marching somebody.
Oh, I don't know. Coach, Mr. Hazelton was looking towards St. Mary's direction when he went to start moving the ball. So, yeah, it's going to be against St. Mary's. 5 yards, so there might have been 2 fouls, one being 5 yards more than the other on St. Mary's.
Yeah, it looks like a 10 and a 15 because that's what it looked like he called, and then that difference is 5, so they're going to take that ball at the 50.
Well, I think we have that one sorted out there. Mr. Condon's going to go over and chat with Mr. Bazawa now, explain the situation. Mr. Bazawa calming his bench down, making sure that they all know he's the only one talking to the head official.
He's very good at that. He had a good teacher that taught him that one, so I happen to be sitting right here.
Yeah.
You know what? You never gain with yelling at the officials. You can have you'll gain more by having a quiet, plain conversation with them and having a discussion here. So it looks like they are enforcing the penalty because they're moving back substantially here. So, so that looks like that was a 10, 20-yard penalty that he just marched off. But it should be. I thought he went 15 and 10. So here's 5 more.
Still going. Holy. Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, so there it is. It was a 10 and a 15. He finally got the yardage right. So
there's a chance that the dead ball foul out of play and the blindside might have been enforced here in combination.
Well, we got a slight delay here, folks. The referee Condon explaining to the referees, explaining to head coach Monaco after he explained to Coach Bazawa. And Coach Monaco with his hands up, getting ready to signal a field goal. He's asking conversation over here. He's not happy, and he didn't agree with it. So, in typical Jimmy fashion, just waving his hands.
Yeah, those are 2 immovable objects, Coach Monaco and Mr. Paul Condon. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they both are very confident in what they believe, usually. But at this point, the man wearing the white cap gets the final say. So,
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to coach with Jimmy and Sue Minor.
Oh, my goodness. We're going back another 5.
I was coaching with Jimmy, and I learned quite a bit with Jim. And he was never shy to say what he thought, and if he didn't agree, it was the hands. You get he's still signaling
Okay,
over
that's
there.
unnecessary
So
roughness against St. Mary's.
We give him
objectionable conduct against White Pines.
now they're moving it back another 5 yards here. We don't know where we're going. So
After all is said and done,
Well, as long as somebody knows what's
it'll
going
be
on
first
here
down
today, that's
St.
all that
Mary's
matters.
from
Unfortunately,
their
it's
own
not you or
40,
me.
I believe.
apparently not. 6:08 to go here, folks. 15-0 St. Mary's, and I think we're finally getting to the point where we can whistle this one in. Referee Condon giving us the signals again for the 3rd time. So, and referee Corelli, looks like referee Condon is trying to get him to move the sticks, and I'm not sure why.
So 6:08 to go here, Coach. We'll see if White Pines can do anything to build on this half and get some momentum going into the second half. But at the same time, a tall order against this experienced St. Mary's group.
Yeah, if you're Coach Baswell right now, you're trying to get a stop and get out of here, and then maybe even get the ball back so that you can. They're moving the ball again, folks. Hold on, just about to play the carnival music here. Deet 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 deet. So it looks like he's finally whistled the ball in. It's going to be 1st and 15 from the 35-yard line of St. Mary's. 6:01 to go, 15-0, and where play has been whistled in. Matty Tucker in the gun.
1st and 15, St. Mary's from the 35.
Jet Dewar making a. I think
Hand off to Jared Dewar. He gets to both the 50 before he's hit by Keenan Busno, and eventually tackled by number 4, Jacob Day.
And you know what? That's a sign of maturity from Jet. Jet, when he was young, he would have taken off at
Getting
that
up for
sideline.
25-yard
Had the
run
speed
and
when
first
he was
down.
younger to outrun the entire defense. Now he knows that he's at a higher level, so he takes those extra 8 yards by running right into the downflow and does a great job finishing that play hard.
Yeah, I still thought he had a little bit of room to run on the outside. They were still far enough in the pursuit from him, so.
He might test that option later.
Yeah, and Jacob Day in on the tackle there, and it's him up from the junior program last year, trying to make a name for himself on the outside here. And another handoff to Dewar. Not anywhere going on that one, folks.
Dewar
Number 54, Isaiah Kehoe in on the tackle.
Yeah, great to see him settling in on this
mark it
defense.
at the
What a
54.
great coach for you to arrive at
53.
White Pines to have on defense as well. The MVP of the Power 5 Football League here. 5-year captain at Waterloo. Not captain, but starter at Waterloo. So happens to know a thing or two. It's going to be great to see Isaiah Kehoe.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Great parents. Known the family for a long time, and super people.
2nd and 6 for the Knights.
Savvy Tucker, veteran.
Tucker rolls out, hits the
up
brakes.
for 10 yards.
Gets
He's got the ball all the way down to White
35-yard
Pines'
line.
35-yard line. And Isaiah Kehoe on the tackle again.
It was a battle of a couple of football minds there. Keenan Busno breaks through, turns the quarterback
Lawrence
inside.
Ward.
Unfortunately, he's facing another savvy vet, Matty
Isaiah
Tucker,
Kehoe
who has the ability to
with
shimmy
the tackle
and
for
find
White
the lane.
Pines. 1st and 10, St. Mary's, right at the 35.
I told Matty Tucker this last week. He's starting to remind me of Baker Mayfield, his little swagger when he comes up from runs and the way he takes off down the field now. So,
Yeah, 3:44 to go. Tucker from the gun. Oh,
I saw that a couple times last week there too, Coach. What's your thoughts on that? I find that they've been calling neutral zone infractions a bit, but the defense does seem to get back.
that was a false start on St. Mary's on that one. So St. Mary's did jump in, but he called that. It looked like on the interior line somebody moved.
Oh, there
so
we go.
Referee Crowley, Johnny on the spot.
That call I'm more familiar with. Yeah.
To me, where you were going with that was if they jump into the neutral and they jump back without anybody else moving, they should just let that play go.
Yeah.
That's against the Knights. That'll back them up
I agree,
5
and
yards.
it teaches the kids to be getting back to their spot too.
1st and
So,
15.
I don't necessarily like to punish kids for that, but at the same time, you guys at Cora, when you were there, so good at keeping the D-line discipline. So it is also something that can be coached.
Yeah, no, that was a tick. There was no right or wrong on that one when I was coaching the defense. That you had to stay in it, right? So Dewar breaking out free again, making people miss. Keenan's got to do a better job of breaking down there, and
They go back to Dewar.
Dewar's going to be shifty, but
7 good hard yards.
you got to force him back into where your help is, and he did a good job doing that. But when you're
23 Arthur
flat-footed,
Vincent with the tackle for White Pines.
you got to have one foot or the other going forward or back. You can't be 2 feet here and expect to make a change on it. So, because if your front foot is forward, you can always kick it
2nd
back,
and
and if your
7.
back foot is forward, you can pull it back. So, I've never been a fan, and then when I taught with the kids, it's never be square to the. You got to be square with your shoulders, but your feet have to be able to move. So.
Yeah. Jet Dewar also
That's 3 minute
presents
warning
a
to the half.
new challenge. He does run very low to the ground, so it forces you to get your hips very low and sink.
Tucker to 24.
Tucker to Nicholas Carney.
Nicholas Carney for another catch. That's the about the third time we've heard his name tonight. So with the big star wide receivers out for St. Mary's tonight, it's been Carney and Cole Rive with the main targets here. So
yeah, and you've heard Carney's name pop up a couple of
Good
times
for
in the last
first
couple
down.
of weeks, so I'm sure he's going to be one of these ones to step up and fill some of those voids. Seems that he's starting to take that throne himself. Jacob Day also a good job, almost forcing a third down there, but just enough, a couple of inches to get the first.
You got to think that the OC for St. Mary's is going to keep running the ball and mixing it in. There's Dewar again with the ball.
Knights go back to Dewar. He gets almost to the 10-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, he's just such a efficient, low runner, forces you to take the best angle possible, but like I was mentioning before, when he's that low as a tackler, you're trying to get your shoulders low as well, and sometimes you sacrifice hip position when you do so.
Yeah, but in turn, they gotta pull him out of the back. They gotta see that out of the backfield, and you know, you should be tackling at the waist level anyway. So even if you're squaring him up, you know, he's shifty and he's tough to tackle, and I'm not going to take that away from him. Great runner. But White Pines has got to do a much better job of tackling on that, and that's something that's got to get stressed next week in practice.
Without a doubt.
Tucker lobbing the ball out. Little flare pass here. And he was able to get in.
Will Iadens, touchdown!
Will Iadens with the touchdown from Tucker, and they're on the score. And I know that's what White Pines was trying not to have happen here, and now they're going to be down 3 scores. So,
yeah, unfortunately, Matty Tucker just very calm, poised, experienced. Let the defense kind of trail and just tell him what he was going to do, and there he had a nice little dump-off pass to 22, Will Lodin. So,
yeah, definitely an improvisation on his part, because it's not something that he was trying to. Was not.
And Matty Tucker from 2 years ago wouldn't have taken that outlet option either. He would have tried for a nice touchdown pass to the back corner or something. So
we're going to see Micah Cuglietta on.
Micah Cuglietta to attempt the point after.
And that's another Cora kid that came over from the Cora program and is over at St. Mary's now. So.
Yeah, St. Mary's has never had a hard time recruiting special teams talents. They always have a lot of great soccer players and kickers on their team as well.
His dad, Mike, longtime soccer player in Sault Ste. Marie, and big fan of soccer. That's for sure. I could say, well, Cougar, he's one of the all-time legends from the West End there. So,
I'm trying to see
a bit of a discussion going on here between the referee and. On what's going on. He's asking, perhaps he's being held, and he's asking the referee to let him know. But
well, Landon's one of those plays where he's going to finish a play, and unfortunately it turns into other players getting frustrated with him, and sometimes the refs have to cool the situation down a bit. So you can't fault Landon for his spirit. He's one of those kids where, as you mentioned earlier, won't say much to you when it comes to conversation, but you get a helmet on him and he turns into a bit of a beast on the field.
100%. He wasn't lineman of the year for nothing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm assuming Micah Cuglietta is back here to kick the ball again. Maybe they can get a run back, but Neshoba is not on the field deep.
Yeah, and I wonder if he's banged up from that play. I also haven't seen Noah DeValentin on the St. Mary's side for a bit to start.
David
on both sides of the ball.
DJ Pine, Jacob Day back.
See if that changes.
Wolverines.
But Neshoba was hurt at practice this week. I know that. Oh, that's deep.
And that will turn it into a 23-point lead for St. Mary's, unfortunately. Fortunate for St. Mary's and their fans
into the
listening
end zone
today.
and out the side.
Big leg from Micah Cuglietta, pounding it into the end zone for the Rouge.
Yeah, what a weapon on specials to have a leg like that.
And that's a good old-fashioned Rouge. That'll come out to the, I believe, the 35-yard line.
Yeah, you know what? They lost Vecchio to graduation, and then now you're bringing this Micah up from the junior squad, and he's pounding them into the end zone. So no miss there for sure. So, minute 52 here to go in the first half, folks. 23-0 for St. Mary's, and see if White Pines can come up with something on the offense here and get some momentum of something.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to eat up this entire 2 minutes if you're White Pines, get something to hang your hat on going into halftime.
St. Mary's is definitely crowding the box here. They got 8 in the box, almost 9, so they're not going to get anywhere with an 8-man box. That's tough to do. Well, a little bit of scrumming going on here between Braden Lutzy and and Landon Surratt. So,
and a flag comes out. Not sure. It looks like it might be going on St.
We do have a
Mary's
flag
for
on
some
the play.
late chatter.
Yeah, they've been really clamping down on this year. And,
Actually, it might be on 99 because I did see Mr. Curley point to 99 there. Yeah, I think Landon's just being a little too aggressive in finishing his plays, and because he hasn't been penalized yet,
of scrimmage, waiting on
continues to do it, but maybe that'll curb him a bit. Like we said, he's just one of those players. If the whistle hasn't gone yet, he's going to keep finishing his play every time, and just needs to rein it in a bit, learn where the limit is with these refs.
I don't know. That might be a mouth guard infraction because they didn't move the ball.
I think it might have been after the mix-up there between Pucci and Surratt once again. And Surratt, I don't know if he's on warning number 2 here today or not. If he is, it might be worth taking him out of this game so that you have him for next week. Not to say this game shouldn't be taken as an opportunity still, but next week is certainly a good chance for this young White Pines crew. So,
what do you think the chances? They've called it on both sides here.
Good chance. Good chance.
It might be a wash at that point because they're not moving the ball.
Yeah, unfortunately, if that does happen, they still both go on the book, and I think that Pucci and Surratt.
I think it was Lutzy actually, not Pucci.
Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
So,
and there is Landon going out of the game. So
yeah, I think that's a second strike. So if I'm Coach Baz, I'm doing the same thing. I'm preserving him for next week when I need him most. Potential to take that 3rd seed from Superior Heights next week. So big game for both of those programs, measuring themselves against each other in their rebuilds.
that's a tough person to lose right now, folks.
Yeah.
And he's not happy about it. He's pulled out of the game, and
I mean, that's just a young player. You'll learn from that. And
so the penalty is against White Pines.
that's why you have discipline, right, Coach? In football and
back
real
it
life.
up.
Curbs your behavior, keeps you in line, teaches you the limits. So,
not sure I quite agree with him finishing the block there. I really didn't see that needed to be called. Unfortunately, referee Corelli saw it a little different than I did. But personally, I would have called that on both of them because it's take 2 of them to get down the field like that. So.
well, speaking of DeValentin,
Darren Pine looking to throw. He's hit by number 2, Steve.
Referee Corelli.
Yeah, it looks like he might be thinking along the lines of intentional grounding, but I think Garen legitimately tried to throw that. DeValentin knocked it out of his hand. So, although Coach Corelli's pointing towards Mr. Fitzpatrick, so we'll see what the actual call is here.
That he was definitely trying to throw that ball.
Yeah.
No, that was not. That's a bad call. Unfortunately,
White Pine.
referee Crowley called that, and I 100% don't agree with that. He was being spun down, and he called that. That was not intentional grounding. He was trying to throw that ball forward. And I understand that it didn't get to the line of scrimmage, but that's a bad call. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to share sidelines with this crew quite a bit, so I'm not going to go too into detail on what I thought, but I did feel like DeValentin did get an arm on Garen's arm when he went to throw that ball.
100% it did, and I'm sure the replay will show that. You know, if you're going to make that call, you need to be down where that angle is and see that. And he threw that late. So, don't agree, but I'm not getting paid to do that. I'm getting paid to be up here. So, that's my opinion, folks. And another kicker back on for White Pines. And the Neshoba must be out for the balance of the game, folks. And that's going to be blown dead, not gone 10 yards.
Yeah, McCorkle hasn't punted since grade 9, so a tough spot for the young man.
Comes out to about the 19-20 line.
That might have been almost the spot where they took a safety again, and if I'm them, instead of giving them the ball down here at first down at the 19. I'm not sure what Coach Baswa was thinking there, but I don't know. Now you're giving them the ball again on offense with lots of time left, and
yeah, if I had to chalk it up to anything, you're just missing some pieces here with some injuries that have happened, and your staff's probably scrambling to get guys on the field for specials. So it might have been overlooked, and not discussed before sending the ball out there, but I agree with you. I probably would have taken the 2 points, made it a 25-point game, and at least make St. Mary's march the entire length of the field with a minute 35 left.
Yeah, I got to think that's just a small oversight. He was busy talking to his players down there, and he's having a discussion with Landon over there. But definitely the MASH unit, White Pines here, is experiencing tonight. There are quite a few players out now, so. They got Cole Rive and
Matty Tucker looks deep.
Cole Rive with the bomb catch from Tucker. So
for the touchdown.
Well, St. Mary's took about 7 seconds to score a touchdown there.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. We said you mentioned Cole Rive's name at some point, and Matty Tucker there just takes a 2-step drop, releases, lets his athlete go get the ball, and you have to think that if White Pines could do over those last 2 plays, they might go with that field position decision next time, but live and learn with a young coaching staff. And
yeah, so minute 28 to go here. St. Mary's looking to tack on the extra points by Micah Cuglietta to make it a 30-0 romp.
Cuglietta's kick is up and good.
So White Pines in a big hole here, and you know, I think you got to start building something, and offense is where it needs to start taking, and they need to start being able to move the ball, and you know, the line's got to block better. It just there's line play dictates everything.
Yeah,
so
no doubt. And I mean, White Pines has been dealt a pretty bitter blow when it comes to their O-line depth. First series of the season, they lose their starting left tackle, Noah. Sorry, no, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name right now. You know who we're talking about. And also lost Big John last week, Ashkabak. So that was 2 left tackles in the first series of both games in a row.
And I'm not sure, did Joel Shea make it back this week? I know he was on the injury list last week. So
Joel Shea's been sick, but I believe he's out there playing left tackle today. He was out there in practice yesterday for sure. So kudos to Joel fighting through some bugs that have been keeping him down, but he was out there fighting through regardless all week. So
you got Jacob Day making sure that he is in the end zone this time for the Cuglietta kick. So
no whistle.
Was not whistled
yet.
in.
Player's a little eager there.
Minute 28 to go, folks. Just want to thank our sponsors again: Northern Sports Excellence, True House Sports Radio, Gen 7 and Rankin, Cobb's Bread in the Churchill Plaza, Jonathan Boujol with Reliance Home Comfort, Algoma District School Board, Huron Catholic District School Board, Huron Superior Catholic District School Board, and Algoma Thunderbird Athletics.
Yeah, Chris Carr on the camera here pointing out the red moon behind the houses here on our left.
The ever-popular Chris Carr superstar on the camera tonight, folks.
If you know, you know. Chris Carr.
If you don't know Chris Carr, then you haven't been at any football games. A mainstay here for a lot of programs.
Or hockey, or what other sports are you always hanging around?
And
racing.
And the ever-popular Bobby Boucher of the St. Mary's team with the water.
Oh, and I think that may have touched Jacob Day too. So
he's got to get it out. Get it out. Get out. He's got to get it out. Oh,
great
he weasels his way out. Well done.
Now,
well done, Jacob. You made up for your miss on the squib kick and able to get it out.
The concern is, do the officials say that he tipped the ball in play? Because if that's the case, it's not an advance out of the end zone. But it looks like they're going to say he did not touch it when it rolled past him. So that's good. And I don't see any serious discussion around. Oh, I do see Mr. Hazelton marking the ball on the 3-yard line, though. I think that they might be saying that Jacob touched the ball in play, so it's not an advance out of the end zone. It will be played from the 3-yard line.
It's definitely better than cake in the rouge here.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. As we mentioned, Jacob Day, grade 11. He's been a mainstay in the junior program for the last 2 years, was a starter both years, well, by the end of his grade 9 year in JV Sabercats as well. So, talented young guy we talked about in the show, but being one of the characters of the league. And Jacob Day is definitely going to be one of those guys as we get to know him for the next years, too. He's a funny kid, always trying to make very serious men laugh, so.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely, he would give you a few laughs for sure. Garen here trying to get a little bit of breathing room for the White Pines Wolverines. Little quick hitter.
That's great, Coach. That goes back to
that exactly what I'm talking about. It's almost like I had the headset communication onto the sidelines.
Yeah. You were talking about having intent, having purpose when you roll out as a quarterback, and there Guerin took off full speed, hit that corner in a sprint. That's exactly what you were mentioning you needed to do earlier, and get a nice chunk gain right there.
Yeah, you know what? That was perfect, and that's what they need to build on. That's just smart at that point, right? Yeah. Get yourself a little bit of space. Get rid of the ball.
And Guerin is a big athlete. If he can be intentional and attack that space with purpose, he's going to find time to make plays.
Yeah, and he's an exceptional athlete, and I'm just not sure that he knows it some days. You know what I mean? So, there's a duck. What a great catch.
Beautiful catch.
Tristan Halsworth with a big catch over the top of number 28 for St. Mary's.
And a first down.
Well, you know what? This is a moment.
Mateo Palumbo.
Yeah. I'm going to give Tristan Halsworth some kudos here, because a lot of people who don't know White Pines program well might not know this name, but he's one of those grade 13s who stuck around this grade 11 year to keep this program alive.
Marcus
a lot of kids in his generation could have transferred and brought their football training that we gave them to another school and kept this program away. But
yeah, that wasn't Guerin's best throw, but the intention was good, and great to see Tristan reel that one in.
Yeah.
He's got him open again. Can he bring it in?
And
he brought it in. What a catch.
Downfield for number 26.
That is a tip-toe catch by Anthony Hunt, who maybe has 6 games football in his career.
2 in a row for White Pines.
We pulled him off of the hallways last year in junior. He's a basketball player, and he's barely ever played football, but right there he's looking like Antonio Brown with a toe tap.
Well, I'll tell you, I know Coach Boswell did allude to the fact to me when I was talking about Anthony that he never missed one workout this summer, never missed one practice, and there's the rewards you're getting right there. So
fantastic.
Great to see them moving the ball down the field, and this is exactly the play calling that I'm talking about. Now they're into a little bit of groove, and even if it doesn't result in points, this is positive momentum that they need to keep working on. Almost.
Pine goes downfield again.
Well, there was a little bit of pushing and jostling down there at the end.
There was a lot of hand fighting going on for sure.
Ball's incomplete.
But another confident throw from Guerin, breaks the pressure, able to step into a throw and send it. He was looking for Nicholas Loudit there.
Yeah, and he didn't have a lot of time to get rid of that. St. Mary's defenders were right in on him, and
yeah. Guerin confidence starting to play with some confidence here, like you mentioned.
That's the player I saw last year, and I hadn't saw this year so far. It's such a good kid, right? I love talking to him. So mild-mannered. Another positive play, folks.
And Coach,
another pass to Halsworth.
Shout out there, first down pass to Halsworth once again by Guerin Pine, but that's all set up by the running back, DJ Pine, grade 11, picking up the edge blitz on the.
He was running out of bounds.
Yeah, fantastic blocking by DJ. Big shout out to his grandfather Willard, longtime friend of mine. And Willard, if you're listening, hello, big fella. Great to hear. Great, your grandson's doing you proud out here tonight.
Nice little drive here by White Pines. We'll see if I can cap it off with something.
Another, yeah, he is. Yeah, okay.
Goes out again for Halsworth.
Halsworth putting on a catching display out here. And you know what? It's great to see him rewarded. You alluded to it earlier, but he was one of the kids that stuck around when they were trying. You guys were trying to rebuild the program down there, and it's just great to see him making some plays.
Complete.
I was able to help out with the senior basketball team last year, just a few practices, and die-hard effort, no quit in him, and always the intensity's there, right? So.
Yeah, and you speak about great kids. Tristan's one of those. His whole family of athletes, they're all great kids, great to coach, great students. You'll never hear a teacher complain about them. Yeah. Always says sir, always says thank you. So
yeah, no, great kid from a great family.
And you mentioned those grade 13s at White Pines. One of them's on the sticks today, helping out the officials, David Kirk. Fortunately, it seems like his grade 13 year might be over after a second fractured finger and ligament damage, but a couple of those guys that stuck around and saved this program, and we've told them many times that without them, we're not here today as a senior program. So
yeah, so hopefully here Coach Robinson right, doesn't come up with anything crazy. Just stick to the game plan, what he's doing right now, because it's working.
Yeah, and the clock stops immediately after the play, so you don't have to rush things. You don't have to try and get the perfect throw on the sideline or anything like that. Just get a big chunk play here and put yourself in position to score on your final play.
For sure. 22.1 seconds to go here, folks, in the first half. 30-0. White Pines marching. They are at, looks like the
22 seconds left in the half.
22-yard line. They need 3 yards for a first down.
DJ Pine goes straight up the middle.
He's going to be awfully close to a first down. I think he's going to be a half yard short. Had he just kept running full tilt there, I think he would have got to the first down. And if I'm Coach Baswa.
Grant Matheson, Kent LeBlanc in on the tackle.
Yeah, down and distance so important for a running back to know in that situation. And honestly, if he just dove over that pile there, he gets the first down. But trying to be a little too patient, I think, not seeing the hole, waiting for it to develop. Sometimes you just got to make it yourself as a running back.
Yeah, 100%. And this is the part where, to me, this is where you got to have those undergun snaps, right? And now you're forcing it.
Grant Matheson with the sack. We do have a flag on the play.
Let's see what this flag is here. It might be
Referee
holding
Hazelton.
on the offensive line.
Yeah, I didn't like that play call. I'm sorry, but, and maybe they don't have it in the playbook yet, but those are those under center. You need half of a yard. You don't need to go from pistol, and plays like that just drive me crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if they have it under center installed yet. I don't think I've seen it in practice this year yet.
But you definitely got to do something about that, right?
And to your point, you have a quarterback who's 6'2" and stocky. Like Garen Pine is an imposing figure.
So that was a hold on
White
Pines. That penalty's
tell
declined.
Keenan
And ladies
Gain
and
to
gentlemen,
just try
that's
to
the
drive
half.
on the play. You might get it.
Yep. Well, folks, that's halftime.
Just a reminder,
we'll
concessions
see
are
you
open.
in a little bit
Beverages,
after the
snacks, and
halftime
pizza.
break is over. See you in 10
Hope you're
minutes.
enjoying the game.
Hey folks, welcome back to Sault Ste. Marie High School football in action on Saultsports TV and True House Sports Radio from Superior Heights Field in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Brought to you by Saultsports. Tonight's game with White Pines Wolverines and the St. Mary's Knights. St. Mary's is in front 30-0. We're just about to kick off, and St. Mary's will be kicking off to White Pines as they deferred in the first half. And we'll see how far Cugletta kicks the ball into the wind. Down to about the 10. Indecisive news on the two, on Damon Belanger there, and I think it was Trevor. Jacob Day was back there as well, but a little bit of indecisive one. It was like, no, you take it. No, I'm going to take it. You take it.
Yeah, that's right between the two returners. Not a lot. In baseball, you have the authority, the go-ahead position that gets to call you off.
Limited return.
Sometimes when you've never played together, there's a tandem back there. You don't have that call-off quite established yet, but Nishoba Moore's usually the vet back there. He's out now, just being safe. His Achilles is a little bit banged up, and he did take a blindside there in the second half, or the first half, so saving him for next week.
Yeah, that we should be in for another big game again next week with White Pines battling Superior Heights. So Garen Pine from the gun, 11:45 into the third quarter. Halsworth with another catch. And number 31 with a tap down on the Marcus Spatafora there, but
get some good yards.
Yeah, great job there by Garen Pine putting it.
We do have an injury timeout.
Tristan Halsworth stepping up big time here, the veteran in that receiving core with the absence of Nishoba. Somebody has to step up and fill in that gap. And last series and this series, it seems to be Tristan Halsworth taking on that responsibility.
Hopefully this is not another lineman down, because that's they can't afford to lose any more linemen.
Yeah, let me see what number that is. That
looks like a 6.
Yeah, it might be 56, Austin Crawley, but I thought he was already injured this week. I don't think that he dressed, so we'll see.
It's not Anthony Hunt. I see a 2 on this side and a 6 on the front. Might be 26. Could be Anthony Hunt down here on a knee.
Yeah, that does look like Anthony.
Doesn't look anything too severe.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit of wind knocked out of him. Seems to be up and moving.
Well, he was going to go back to the huddle, and Coach Baz had to pull him to the sideline.
He gave him the Fonzie full get to the bench.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't understand he's got to be out for 3 plays after an injury timeout. So.
Yeah, and it's a tough thing to teach these young kids. Their ego says they don't want to look weak in front of their friends. They want to fight through it, but it's not an ego thing. It's a safety thing, and sometimes the best thing to do is just to give it a rest and see if it's a real injury first.
100%. So White Pines got 5 on that first play. See what Coach Robinson Wright has dialed up here on second down. Oh, great defense there by number 6 for St. Mary's. Darian Pucci had that covered pretty well, and Halsworth was trying to make the play, but unfortunately, the ball did not get caught, so White Pines is forced to punt it away now.
Yeah, great coverage by Pucci there. His read is to watch the hips and to jump the outside route. It's been the adjustment that they've been making, so that read worked, and does a great job covering the red-hot hands of Tristan Halsworth.
So.
And we'll see what we do with specials here. As we mentioned earlier, their starting punter is out of the game.
They don't even have anybody back there right now.
That's true. They're missing the most important player on the play.
Well, Ethan McCorkle forgetting that he was subbing in for Nishoba Moore. Now he's about, I'm not sure that snap's going to get there. He's way back there. He's got to come up.
Yeah. And they decide to send it.
Rive with the return.
McCorkle's kick is picked up
like
by
a lot of
Cole
holding
Rive.
going on, and
we do have a flag on the play.
Referee Hazelton quick on the draw there with the flag. He seems to be the leading vote getter currently for most throws in the game tonight.
Well, you know.
No, he's been spot on tonight. He's making a lot of calls that need to be made. So, just going to see on who it's against. They're having a bit of a discussion against it.
Official Hazelton was my high school safety when we were growing up.
There you
go.
go.
Football player himself. We talk about characters. He's definitely one of the characters when I was growing up. He's one of the personalities from White Pines in my day. And it's funny to see him as an official, but he's been at it for a few years, and now he's starting to settle into his role there in this crew.
And the hold was called, so we're going to back St. Mary's up to the 39-yard line.
St. Mary's up 15 yards after the penalty.
15. All right. He said holding, so I'm not sure. I don't know when holding became 15 yards from PA announcer Bombaco over there, but
I think that might have been 10. But
yeah, I think the stick people had moved inadvertently ahead of time, so. Number 21.
Hand off to Hunter Jackson. He's
Hunter Jackson pushed out of bounds, but this could come back.
There is a flag
on the play, so somebody was in the neutral zone ahead of time. I think it might be one of the wideouts crept in there, so we're going to see. False start is the indication from referee Corelli. So that's going to back them back up again.
yeah, I'm interested to see if we see more Hunter Jackson here in the second half. One of the faster kids in junior the last couple of years in both track and football. So we'll see if he starts to come into his own. We talk a lot about the grade 11s in senior football. You'll see flashes from the top grade 11s, but it does take them time to start to understand the speed of this game and the size of it. So,
yeah, just actually when I was down on the mingling with the folks downstairs, I seen his dad Horatio down there. So super nice guy.
One of the
all right, another penalty
best hosts in the city when it comes to entertainment and hospitality.
Now.
Make some good food as well.
And the snap. Tucker rolling to his left, looking for a wide open receiver, and
Tucker
overthrew Cole Rive.
Fires it over his
Cole
head.
Rive seemed to break off his pattern a little bit early there, and I think Tucker was expecting him to keep running the out, and he stopped and turned around. And
pass falls incomplete. That'll be second down.
So it's second down now, and 15 still. 9:50 to go in the third quarter. Obviously another throw here.
Yeah, you're in that no-man zone and no-man land between being able to kick a field goal or a punt to get some points, but also not quite deep enough where you have to give away field position.
Nice to see St. Mary's rolling players in and everybody getting playing time here. Valuable experience come playoff time. It's great to have kids ready. Tucker back from the gun, rolling to his left again.
That's another one of those hits
Tucker
today.
hits.
I just feel like
I
that
believe
should be a
number 15,
penalty,
Oliver
Coach.
Brown.
That's exactly
Brown
what we're
gets around the
talking about with
corner.
blindside hits, unfortunately, and that was a
Leading
blindside
tackle by
block.
number 4, Jacob Day.
I'm not sure why they're letting this go. They're just waiting for somebody to get hurt there. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I really don't understand it.
Look, I'm never going to go too far into criticizing our local officials. I have to work with them a lot, and I think that they do
Good
their
enough for
best,
almost 20 yards and a first down.
That's one of those plays that as a coach, I'll never be upset at you for calling a flag on. That's just something that we're trying to eliminate from the game. It was very common when we were growing up, and it unfortunately shortened a lot of careers. So
it did. I've seen a lot of kids get ear hold like that and just not recover. So I'm all for taking that hit out of the game. And the people that are installing it, just be prepared that it's going to happen to you again, because people have a long memory. But the play was made. The referees made the call. Tucker out of the gun. 8:24 to go. Hand off to number 21.
Hunter Jackson
again tried to get outside. Keenan Busno was all over reading that one out. He didn't get anywhere for that one, so even may have lost a yard.
And I want to give another shout out here, number 43 on the White Pine side, Chris Cormier, another guy coming back from a long litany of injuries. His were more head related, so he had to pass a lot of protocols over the last 2 years to get back here on the field. And he's the one who turned that play inside initially, and then Keenan Busno comes on the outside and finishes it up. Great to see Chris Cormier, another great kid, good family. Glad to see him getting a taste of football again.
Yeah, for sure. Tucker out of the gun, looking to throw. Oh, that was a push off. Oh, I think they let another one go. There's hand fighting and there's pushing off, and in my opinion, that was definitely pushing off. And we don't have a 40 on our list for St. Mary's that made that catch, so.
I apologize to the family if that's your son out there making a big play.
We'd like to give him a shout out, but I'm pretty sure that was to number 40, was it not?
Looked like number 40 to me, yep.
So we don't have a number, but Tucker for the touchdown.
I mean, just another Tucker throw. He's just really good at leading his players into those passes.
Oh, that's hours and hours of repetition throwing the ball. Just, elite athlete making elite plays. And the kick is good.
Kugliana's kick is
up and good.
And for those who don't know our local playing regs, once you get a 35-point differential on the score, clock goes to straight time, which means it will not stop between plays now. So that's just to prevent lopsided scores and to incentivize putting in backups so coaches don't feel so nervous about taking out all their starters and having the score turned back on them.
No, agreed. It's a great rule. So we're going to be straight time through to the end of the game, folks, even though that we're in the third quarter. So 37-0. The score.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the over 35-point differential.
I mean, we've seen this year, and I think most of us in the coaching circles knew that there was going to be two programs that were ahead of everyone else when it comes to their current situation. St. Mary's and Cora, we're expecting a rubber match this year between those two of the previous champions. White Pines and St. Spear Heights, both in rebuilds at the moment. They're quite similar at their level when it comes to each other, but there's definitely a parity, an issue with parity when it comes to the top two teams in the bottom, but
yeah.
This is the most balanced the high school loop has been in a long time, so there's very, very good signs coming up when it comes to this senior loop.
So we just got an update from the big boss here. Number 40 is Max Fenchuk. So he made the catch there for the touchdown, so shout out to Max. A little bit late, but we didn't have you on the list here. So, yeah, John, what you were saying is true. There's so many more kids for them to choose from. The enrollment are definitely sizes are a little different, and that's on most of the other sports. White Pines is able to compete at the lower level. And football, there is no lower level, but hats off to them for building this program. I know you were one of the mainstays down there trying to get this program rejuvenated, and I give you a lot of credit. That was a lot of time and effort you put into the program, and you got a lot of people to come in and help when you needed it, and hats off to you, my friend. It's great to see 4 teams out playing football, and even the White Pines juniors, they had a little bit of a mishap there with some of the kids not showing up to practice, and they had to cancel one of the games, but at least tonight they got to play a controlled scrimmage, and that's really important because you see kids playing and developing, right? So, and it just doesn't help them for this sport. It's the rest of the year, the ones that are going to be playing basketball, the ones that are going to be playing hockey, just some of the different sports that are available to them. So,
yeah, I mean, I appreciate the kind words. The biggest step forward that we took as a program is when quality coaches started to choose White Pines once we got the stability there. So having your son there, having Coach Reed there, another intended pass for Loudon. That's really been the turning point. I mean, when I first came back to White Pines, it was just trying to make the program stable, and then the goal became get talented coaches in the school, and now that that's the case, I don't really have to do much anymore, Coach. I'm kind of hands-off. I help make sure that the inventory's there, and I make sure that the coaches have resources if they need them, but
yeah,
we've had 2 great principals in a row at White Pines, and Miss Cara Provenzano and now Jennifer Barbo. Have a great senior program head coach and head of football operations in your son. Have one of the best young coaching minds in the city in Mike Reed, plus plenty of OUA talent when it comes to the rest of the coaching staff over there.
Yeah,
so
could have said it better myself. So, Garen back in the gun here on second down.
Oh, running back pass, wide open to Loudon. Oh no!
That Nick Looted unable to bring that in, and that I'd seen Nick make a whole bunch of plays last year, and he just seemed to can't get on track here, but. That was open, and that would have been good for about 40 yards.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, he couldn't come down with it. So
couldn't quite see who the W was that ended up making that throw. Last play I saw, it was Keenan Busno at wing, but
yeah,
don't know if that was him that tossed that, but it was a rocket, and it was in the right place. Just went through the hands of the receiver.
Yeah. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. Some of these other schools we were talking about the enrollment at their schools, and I seen about 60 kids on the couple of the other teams that we're playing, and it's unfortunate that some of them are choosing to not stay where they are in their specific part of the city and attend White Pines because I think they're missing out on some playing time. But nonetheless, we got a kickoff by Ethan McCorkle, and it's not getting too far here. So maybe they got to try the old. Maybe they should be trying the thing that the SaberCats did.
The placed field goal.
The placed field goal kick and kicking it because I think they might get a little bit further distance on it.
Especially with McCorkle, he's much more comfortable as a place kicker, I think, than a punter. Yeah, I mean, to your point to the numbers with White Pines, what I'll always tell any parent or kid when it comes to White Pines is the school just does such a great job of giving kids access to all the sports. And the one nice thing is when you come to White Pines, you know, we had a corner out there today in junior, Cypher Steveries, maybe 80 pounds. I think he's lying to me when he says he's 80 pounds. He might not even be that. I don't know if he's 4 feet tall yet, but we started him all game at corner and receiver. He had 3 or 4 tackles. I think he's a fan favorite now. But that's what you get at White Pines. If you go to a bigger school, you might not get that opportunity if you're undersized. At White Pines, we're going to find football for you.
Yeah, for sure. Matty Tucker out of the gun here, 3:40 to go. Jet Doer in on the, and Keenan Busno not letting him go anywhere on that one.
Keenan Busno,
you know what? This is Keenan Busno's grown-up moment here today. He's playing a great football game in my mind. He's missed a couple of tackles. We mentioned the angle of pursuit a couple of times and getting low, but he's definitely woken up here over the last few series and starting to be the veteran on that defense.
Yeah, you know, he ran the ball a lot last year, and he was on some defensive plays, but this year it's, you know, it's mostly defense. And if he gets a feel for the game, he's such a phenomenal athlete that he can make a difference, right? He's a difference maker, and it's something that White Pines definitely needs.
Yeah, and his family's just so genetically gifted when it comes to athletics, having the Hedricks, his cousins, I forget how to pronounce their side. Hedricks.
Yeah.
Lots of talent there when it comes to the hockey side. Time out here from St. Mary's. His younger brother's now in the junior Greyhounds as well, so we were supposed to have him in junior. Unfortunately,
time out, St. Mary's.
Hockey appears to be his calling.
Yeah, it looks like St. Mary's has made the substitute being up. They've pulled Matty Tucker, and Alex Hayes is going to get some quality snaps here for the second half.
Another grade 11 talent, the quarterback, one of the 2 quarterbacks for the junior SaberCats this summer as well.
So Alex, no stranger to football, you know. He had quality starts down at the St. Mary's in the junior program and then with the SaberCats in the summer. So a little bit of a different look with without the wily veteran Tucker at quarterback. So 2:39 to go here, folks. So let's just get a chance to make sure we mention our sponsors. Without that, might not be making this happen. So Northern Sports Excellence, True Host Sports Radio, Gen 7 at the Rankin, Cobb's Bread in the Churchill Plaza, JB sitting here to my right, Reliance Home Comfort, Algoma District School Board, Huron Superior District Catholic School Board, and the Algoma Thunderbird Athletics. So 2nd and 10. Alex Hayes in the game at the pivot. Jet Doer lined up behind him along with Will Idens. Made some shifts and rolling out and caught by number 14.
A.J. Romano with the reception.
A.J. Romano.
A.J. Romano, another great talent, great athlete. He was an absolute issue in junior football.
Nice little
JV
catch.
SaberCats. Can do pretty much everything. Can run the ball, can catch. Special teams is a very good contributor too. You talk about special teams players who can kick. Another soccer family there.
So it looks like St. Mary's is going for it. They're 2 yards short. I bet that there's a handoff to Doer coming here if I had to guess properly. A lot of shifting going on here. And he was, I'm not sure if he made it all the way there.
Taken down by Keenan Busno.
Looks like White Pines is marching their offense on, and it's not. They made the stop, so it's first down. White Pines going to take over on the
turnover on downs, first and 10, White Pines.
21-yard line. So turnover on downs from St. Mary's.
You know, naturally, we have a little bit more of a rapport and relationship with the White Pine side, but you don't want to take away from St. Mary's here today either. This is a championship-level program, top 25 team in Ontario, defending NOSA champions. They're looking to prove something this year. They're looking to prove that last year was not a fluke. They did lose their first game to Cora, so we'll see if they have adjustments in line for next week. But White Pine's certainly up against a formidable foe here today, and St. Mary's does what good teams do. They win games that they're supposed to.
They got high-quality coaching over there. There's a lot of veteran coaches, and they certainly understand. There's a great pass from Garen Pine. I'm not sure who was able to reel that one in. It looked like
beyond the 40.
Was that Rowan Wislocky with the catch? Yes, it was.
Yeah, Rowan big wide receiver, tight end type. Been around for a bit here at White Pines. Another one of those kids who stayed back in their grade 11 year, didn't transfer out, saved the program.
Mateo Palumbo with
But
the
Garen
tackle for
Pine, to
St.
your
Mary's.
comment earlier, as soon as he starts to throw with some confidence and zip, all of a sudden he looks like one of the premier passers in this.
Well, that's what I was seeing from him last year, and now I'm starting to see it tonight, right? And maybe it's just getting to the right play calls to get him settled into. So this is the stuff that they need to work on, and you know, there's nowhere but to go but up, obviously. So keep working on these. Rolled out to his right.
Great block by DJ Pine once again. Sets up the edge for Garen and runs over his man.
Wow, good hard run there by Garen Pine. And he steamrolled
good hard run.
Marcus Spadafora on that one. So.
Yeah, I don't know if it comes through on camera. These kids don't look as big as they actually are, but Garen Pine's a big, imposing figure, about 6'2". I'm not going to guess his weight, but he's a big kid, and he's going to run you over if he gets into space. And DJ Pine, a great job helping on the corner there, helping turn it for him.
Yeah, you know what? When I coached at White Pines, when I was coaching one of the girls' basketball programs, I had the all-nice girls team. The nicest athletes and you know, these guys are reminding me of it so much. Like Garen, when you talk to him, very humble, you know, but a tremendous athlete.
Definitely.
DJ Pine on the run. Looks like he got enough for a first down.
DJ Pine. Straight up the gut.
Keegan Dane, we mentioned him earlier. He's finishing his play.
Close to first down yardage.
We talk about linemen that can finish strong at the end of a rep. Keegan Dane is one of them.
Okay, folks, we're going to send this one to the big boss for a timeout here. We're going to send it to our sponsor.
All right, folks.
Okay, folks, we're back here. We're going to flip the dish here. We're into the third quarter. We're going to switch sides. But nonetheless, St. Mary's has made another first down on that nice hard run from DJ Pine. And it'll be first down on the 54-yard line of St. Mary's. So St. Mary's gaining, White Pine's gaining some momentum here. And, you know, Garen Pine's starting to make some great throws and getting his players involved and making great decisions. So something to build upon for the up-and-coming balance of the season. So. Tristan
Halsworth falls incomplete.
Ran a great route, but he's not looking for the ball. That's something that I definitely got to work on in practice, because that's the second receiver that's ran a pattern, and he has to be thinking that he might be getting the ball at any time.
Yeah, I think that's just something that's going to be tidied up later in the season. When you're a receiver, you've never played the position before, if you're someone who's listening for the first time, one of the most difficult skill sets a receiver has is learning to track the ball in the air and knowing how many steps to take before you start to look for the ball and track it. Garen Pine's throwing with anticipation, so he's not going to wait for you to look. He's going to throw to where you're going to be, so you got to be ready.
100%. So second down.
Great pull.
Garen Pine with running the ball, getting down the sideline, and enough for another first down. So White Pines has moved the ball onto the St. Mary's side of the field, and it's a first down.
Hey, look, you talked about it earlier, Coach. Intent. Plays designed with intent. Garen Pine having intent with his first two steps. That pull away was convincing. It made the D end absolutely break his ankles, and then he takes off and runs like we used to see him in junior. Like, he's just a big load. He's fast. So when Garen Pine is confident in his first two steps, plays seem to go way better.
Yeah, that looked like to be about a 20-yard run. He's going to take the ball up at the 35, so 19-yard anyways. So good to see Garen making some great plays out here tonight. Back in the pistol, 10:09 to go in the game. DJ Pine, White, St. Mary's snuffed that out. Grant Matheson giving us incredible Hulk scream pose there, making the tackle, an imposing force, such a tremendous athlete. I'm actually quite shocked that he's still out on the field with a 37-0 lead, but maybe he's guiding and giving some mentoring to some of the younger players. So.
Sorry, tackle for a loss. That sets up 2nd and 14.
Yeah, not much you can do as a running back when the pocket collapses on you while you're getting the handoff.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, look, great job there by Garen Pine, just getting free and getting the ball downfield. Good pressure.
Yeah, there's a bunch of pressure happening there. So they're on the side of the field where I'm pretty sure I know Coach Baswa is going to go again, because you got nothing to lose at this point by punting the ball. Is makes no sense. I think that they got to stick to those little rollouts, but the O-line here has got to keep blocking. You know, they were gaining some momentum, and obviously St. Mary's is changing their play calls on defense. Coach Corelli over there making the defensive call signs in, and I think here it is. So St. Garen Pine back, over through his receiver. He didn't get his feet set on that one, and looks like St. Mary's is going to take over on downs here, folks. So it's going to switch. St. Mary's offense will come out again, and I'm assuming it's going to be Alex Hayes under quarterback.
That'll be a turnover on downs. First down, St. Mary's.
If I'm White Pines' coaching staff, there's some stuff that's going well that I'm going to definitely look to build on and study and film, show the players we want to see more of, some stuff to eliminate. But I think Garen today has showed us maybe a little bit that White Pines' identity should revolve a little bit more around that mid to short level pass game, and certainly seems to be what's getting most success here today. Obviously, O-line depth plays a factor in that. Hopefully, White Pines can get a little more healthy there on the big man front.
Folks, just to let you know, our sponsors again. Today's sponsors are Northern Sports Excellence, True House Sports Radio, Gen 7 at the Rankin, Cobb's Bread in the Churchill Plaza, Jonathan Bujold, Reliance Home Comfort, Algoma District School Board, here on Superior Catholic District School Board, and the Algoma Thunderbird Athletics. St. Mary's setting up for their play. Alex Hayes from the gun. And it's a pitch to number 35 for St. Mary's, and that's Ren Levesque with the run. It looks like he got about 3 yards on that.
Ren Levesque.
Shortly, Coach Bujold and I will have a conversation for players of the game and honorable mention. So, Coach, if you can make a few notes here on what your thoughts are. I've already got a few ideas here on my side. So,
yeah, there's been a few standouts for sure. Yeah, I'm certainly thinking along the lines of Tristan Hallsworth here for offense. I see you have that circled there. Just made some big plays, was definitely the go-to man for Garen here when he lost in Shoba in the second quarter earlier in the game. Great to see one of the grade 13 stepping up and having a big performance. Who do you think for the St. Mary's side as an honorable mention here, early coach?
Well, honorable mention, there's been so many different players, and it's tough to really give it to one person so far. But I'm just going to see if there's a few other things that come to mind before I make my selection and then we log in players of the game. So, but there's some great big play by Garen Pine and obviously Matty Tucker, just veteran presence. It was a terrific force for them today, and Nick Carney has made a few catches, and there's just as I say it, he makes another one.
Matty Tucker hits Nicholas Carney cutting across.
So we'll just figure it out here between the two of us, and we'll come back with who our actual players of the game are.
Sorry, Alex Hayes now in at quarterback at St. Mary's with the pass.
So in a couple minutes we'll announce that, but we got 5:37 to go in the game. There's another run by number 35. Wow, he looks like he's shot out of a cannon there. Ren Levesque.
Ren Levesque, he gets up to the 40.
Ren Levesque's not the biggest name in the backfield when it comes to running backs, but through a couple of reps here, he definitely seems to be the most change of pace back they
Chris
have
Cormier with
roster,
the tackle.
So.
100%. His first 3 steps are quick.
Second
I like
and
that he
2
likes to
from
run
the
up the
40
middle
for the
too.
Knights.
He's aggressive with his cut-up lanes. Always something you're looking for as a coach who loves the run game. If anyone knows me, I am a run game first type of coach.
Alex Hayes back in that gun. There's another handoff to Relive, and that was sniffed out. Number 90 for Ben Potter making the big tackle there. That was sniffed out quickly. So, and it's
Cormier again, bust through the line.
That was third down, or is this third down?
That'll be.
Looks like a punt team coming on. Yeah, we mentioned it briefly earlier. Another player coming back from an injury. Ben Potter was on our junior team last year. Tore his meniscus, I think the second or third game, right when he was starting to arrive as one of the star players on our junior team. So he missed a season of hockey too. I know that was a hard year for him. He's a very active young man, but great to see him back playing sports again. He's starting to look the part here in senior too.
Yeah, White Pines hustling some players on here for the punt. Not sure that they have enough. Maybe we have to. Do they have too many? 1, 2.
Looks like a lot of players out there right now. Yeah.
Nobody knows who's coming on, who's going. What do they got on the front line there? 4.
Looks like is that 11 now? Unless there's a lineman there that I'm missing. I think that's now 11.
Okay, that's 4, 8, 11.
Too late now. Gates are closed. Play must go on. Oh, and the ball is on the ground. Oh, and I don't know.
White Pines has recovered the football, folks.
Yeah. You know, I'm happy that White Pines got the ball there, but going back to calls that might be missed here today, you can't impede someone's progress towards recovering a football, and on that play, White Pines did tackle the most
first and 10.
The closest St. Mary's player. So
White Pines.
The ball is live at that point. So
yeah, you certainly can't tackle someone who doesn't have the ball yet, though.
So, folks, we're about the 3-minute mark here. So it looks like Coach JB here and I have agreed on some players of the game. So we're going to go with honorable mention to Matty Tucker tonight, just a veteran presence. But somebody who really stood out between the two of us was Jarrett Dewar. And, he had himself a whale of a game. He was weaving and going inside the game there. So Jarrett Dewar, player of the game for St. Mary's. And, Garen Pine really evolved there in the second half with the ball, but if it wasn't for Tristan Halsworth and making those catches, he might not have had those. So we're going to give player of the game to Tristan Halsworth just for his dedication to the game tonight and his abilities. So well done on both players. Garen, no, that was not Garen.
No, that is Owen Bouchard, our second string quarterback in there now.
Okay, so Coach Baswa making a decision here to get his second-string quarterback some snaps in a game where it's out of hand, so credit to him. That's a pretty smart and cagey move.
Yeah, Owen usually a tight end, DM type. One thing you'll notice about him when you walk out to him in person, he is a tall kid. I got to say, he's probably pushing 6'4", maybe the biggest hands I've ever seen on a high school kid in my life. So he looks like a prototypical quarterback, so we'll see if his
Definitely a big kid. I've never noticed how big he is, but they got to groom a successor to Garen, obviously, but
nice little jump ball there. Gets a.
Is that Anthony Hunt on the reception?
Under double coverage, they haul it in.
Yeah, we'll get a number here in a second, but nice little out route and catch. Good chemistry. Looks like 26 there. So Anthony Hunt.
Anthony Hunt at that point.
I'm not sure, Coach, but I think that might be Owen's first ever completion in a real game.
Well, that's a great time to have it. Connection from a couple of first-year seniors. So
Anthony Hunt with the reception. Katie with the tackle sets up 3rd and 5.
Third down. You're going to try and get this ball up quick. Oh, that ball is picked off.
There's a lot of standing around, unfortunately.
Oh, and that player. Owen was hit hard. Wow.
Pass is picked off by number 3, Liam Willett.
He's still down on the ground. That was a hard hit. And
he runs it all the way in for the touchdown.
We never like to see that happening.
Yeah, it looks like he might have come down on his shoulder. He's kind of grasping it there. But 44, who was in that collision, looks like he's banged up too. Wigash Shawana, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is going to take us to the end of the game. Well, they did call it a timeout, so usually I'm not sure why they're stopping it, but it's a 43-0 romp here. So
yeah, and I mean, I think a lot of confusion on that play. You saw a lot of players just stop and watch as if they thought the play was over, but
I think they should, quite frankly, just whistle this in and call this a game before somebody else gets injured tonight. There's no sense. Adding extra pain to this.
I could see Coach Bazawa and Monaco coming to that agreement here while we tend to the players, but
Referee Hazelton's flag was out of his pocket, so I don't know what was called on that, but
I think it was excessive celebration on the touchdown at the end there.
well, referee Chow brought that from a considerable.
Coach Basil's calling for us to wrap it up here, limit the damage here today.
That's going to be it, folks. Looks like credit to Owen Bouchard tonight. He got up on his own accord there. Just probably got the wind knocked out of him. It was a hard hit, but that's going to be the game tonight, folks. 43-0 final. Thanks for joining us, and thanks to our boss, Jay Houselander, and superstar Chris Carr on the camera tonight, and Shaw Houselander down on the field. That's it from Superior Heights John Wayne Football Field tonight, folks. Have a good night.